Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is 5:30 p.m. Happy New Year to all. I'm going to call this regular meeting of the Nederland City Council to order. John Ortiz, would you lead us in the invocation? Everybody, please rise.
Let's pray. Father, we thank you for this opportunity to come together today. Lord, we ask you to continue to bless our city, bless this mayor and council and all the leaders and directors that are here today. Lord, bless our citizens. We ask you to lead and guide each person here tonight in their conversation and their voting. And Lord, we thank you for your direction over our city. In Jesus' name, amen.
The flags of our country and of our state. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You may be seated. Item number 3, citizen comments. At this time, members of the audience may comment on any city-related subject not on the agenda. Anyone wishing to speak shall sign in before the meeting with their name and address. Comments are limited to 3 minutes unless otherwise allowed by City Council. The Texas Open Meetings Act prohibits the council from discussing items not listed on the agenda. A member of the audience that desires to speak during City Council's consideration of any specific agenda items is requested to notify city staff prior to the start of the meeting. But as you know, if you want to speak about an agenda item, you don't need to sign in. All you need to do when I call for public comment on any agenda item is line up at the microphone. Okay, we had 3 that signed in to speak about things not on the agenda. Robert Klinger, 1140 Kent Avenue.
Turning on young kid about 4 years old. Flying down 14th Street, turn on the lanes, don't stop, don't look, don't nothing. I was going another mile than that. That would be my life. I have been seeing nothing but young kids on golf carts, adults holding babies as they're driving golf carts. Nothing like big bikes on school today. Something I'm going to right now. Go to the state. I'm going. If I gotta go stand on the doorstep, the state capitol, I'm doing it. Something gotta be done before some little kid gets killed.
It's being studied. It's being studied right now by police department.
So
It's being studied right now by the police department. Everything you brought up is being studied by the police department.
So what we're doing, I'll talk to Chief Carroll about it also. So each school has a school resource officer, and they're going in there to teach the kids about traffic safety and what the laws are. But in the end, it's up to the parents to do their job too. And there's no doubt that they have to. I mean, it's one word. I put a post out the other day, got a lot of feedback. Well, the police ought to do something. I'm sorry, be a parent. I mean, I'm not being argumentative on the thing, but it's one where it starts at home. So that's a big issue right there. So, but it is a concern all over the place. And there are some different things where there's a group of kids out watching. I saw one coming up. I'm like, here he comes to the red light and all this stuff, or stop sign, had his helmet on, came up to a complete stop. I'm like, good for you, kid. But there's some others just don't realize the dangers. Yeah, there are.
Now, today, you don't go on the right out.
Yeah.
And in behind Steel Wilson, I'm right out on 27th.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what our officers are doing. That's the first thing, to have the school resource officers, educate these kids in the school. Yeah. Okay. But it is an issue that's being addressed, sir. And I appreciate you bringing it up.
Yeah.
They're working on the ordinance.
They are working on, they are
It's
working,
actually being worked on right now.
I know.
Be rewritten.
State laws.
there are no, the problem is there are no state laws.
We're having to create.
We have to create. They are not in session for another year.
Yeah, but we can make an ordinance
make
here
an
in our town.
ordinance.
And that's what we're looking at. But it's one, and it became a bigger problem in the last couple of weeks because everybody got them for bicycles for Christmas. So just magnify the number. Yeah, yeah.
That's right. That's why we want to get ahead of the state.
Yeah.
Because they're not in session until the second Tuesday of January of 2027. They're only in session 140 days in the odd numbered years.
What a lot of
Yeah,
parents don't, they don't realize too, for that kid that plows through that thing and goes in and knocks your door and put a dent in it, that parent's liable for it. I mean, that's the other
Only
side
the
of it.
podium mic's
Yeah.
not working.
Okay.
Gotta-
Yes, sir. Thank you.
No, it's not.
Check, check, check.
Okay, it is now. Just need to be turned on. All right, Todd Perkins.
Hello, I'm just trying to figure out why we don't see. what's
Todd Perkins, 146 Needleland Avenue. Sorry, Todd, go ahead.
I see we hired all these managers and assistant managers and everything. Can we get a printout of what they're doing weekly? Cause it doesn't seem like we get any updates on anything. Aren't they supposed to be fixing sewer lines and all kind of water issues and nobody knows anything. What's
Come to the infrastructure meeting at 5:30 tomorrow evening right here.
5:30?
5:30. There's gonna be an update to the public on that. And the interim public works director will be answering any questions. Yep. Thank you. David Wedgeworth, 712 Carriage Lane.
Well, here's like, kind of answer some of my questions there, Mayor.
He's going to be giving an update on everything and answering any question tomorrow evening at 5:30. Yes, it was posted.
Should be on the board.
Should be on the board and it should have been posted online.
I received it. I'm not sure exactly what route I received it, but it was outside of city email. No.
Let me see.
Okay. That's all on citizen comments. Excuse me, item number 4, consent agenda. All consent agenda items listed are considered to be routine by city council and will be enacted as by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a council member so requests, in which event the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately. A, minutes, December 15th, 2025 regular meeting. And B, discussion and possible action to approve the closure of various city streets for the New Orleans Heritage Festival activities. Because I was not here on December 15th and because the consent agenda includes the minutes, I will be abstaining from any vote on the consent agenda since the minutes are there and I wasn't here. I don't know what happened. So, so me being abstaining doesn't mean I'm opposed to any of this. It's just, I feel I can't vote.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Saunier, seconded by Councilmember Jones to approve the consent agenda. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Abstain because I wasn't here either, so.
Okay, and any opposed, no, and there are 2 abstentions, Mayor Darby and Councilmember Duplant. Item passes. Regular agenda. New business, number 5, regular agenda, new business. A, discussion and possible action approving resolution 2026-01, authorizing the Nederland Police Department to submit a traffic enforcement grant with the Texas Department of Transportation. Mr. Mills.
Thank you, Mayor. Police Chief. There he is. Come on up, Andy. I'll tell you quickly what it is and we can answer a question, but this is a grant. It's a 15% match grant. It's for $30,000 and it's for traffic enforcement, for overtime for traffic enforcement in the city. which kind of goes along with if we have the new city ordinance passed eventually for e-bikes and all, it would just, enhance that as well. Chief?
It's on. I hear him through the,
Just got notice again that they weren't hearing it.
okay.
But it is a 15%
That's better.
match on, we're asking for $30,000. So the city would come up with the.
Okay, but it doesn't take effect till November 1st. Does any member of council have a question for Assistant Chief Arnold? No. Okay. Any member of the public have any questions? Seeing no one coming to the podium, I will accept a motion.
I'll move the item.
Second.
Is there any discussion among the council? Hearing none. All in favor of item A to pass resolution 2026-01, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. It sounded like it was unanimous, 5-0. The ayes have it. Thank you, chief. Item B, discussion and possible action to approve the purchase via a state-approved contract of a 2027 Freightliner dump truck for the wastewater treatment plant. Mr. Mills.
Thank you, Mayor. This was in your capital budget. Well, I think I mentioned it a couple meetings ago that we were trying to figure out a reconciliation on shortfall. This was 200,000. That was approved to replace a 2007 model dump truck, and we were thinking we were going to come in below that. We did 179,532 to purchase a truck to replace one that's got 128 or 130,000 miles on it. So we recommend approval.
Any member of council want to make a motion for purposes of discussion?
So moved.
Second.
Sonia, with the motion, I heard Jones a split second before Ortiz, so Jones seconds. Council, any discussion on this? Any member of the public have a question or comment? Hearing none. All in favor of item B, 5B, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. That was unanimous. C, discussion and possible action authorizing the Nederland Economic Development Corporation to offer owner financing on individual properties in the off Boston area. Mr. Mills, did you have anything on this?
Nothing to add.
Nothing to add.
Believe the EDC director was here.
Ms. DeQueer?
You had any questions, please?
Does anybody have questions?
Would you come up to the podium? Okay.
Yeah, let's kind of have a recap on the direction we're going with this here for the rest of the council members.
Okay, go ahead. Oh, you
Answer the
were asking her,
question.
Sorry about that. Repeat it,
Yeah,
Randy.
just a kind of recap on the direction we're going here. My thing is, okay, what's the thing if somebody defaults on a loan we have and some of those things there that I know y'all discussed, it was approved in the EDC meeting, but for the public here to kind of get an idea as well.
Can you pull the mic down a little bit? It's extremely directional.
Yeah.
I don't know why it keeps turning off, so it's not on.
No, it needs to
But
go
everybody on the
online.
public needs to hear it, so yeah.
Okay. So we'll role play. Somebody comes in with a business, you must put 10% minimum down. We'll finance you for 6% at 6% interest for a minimum.
It went out again. I think the batteries may
Go
be.
to the button or-
Hold on, wait 1 second.
Yeah, the people online need to hear it. That's what we gotta make sure it's working.
Just he's gonna go, I think, look for batteries.
Come over to the side here and put one of those mics up.
We can do that. Kay, do you mind sitting in the?
Yeah, it's up.
Purposes of keeping things.
Yeah, keeping things moving. Thank you.
Plan B.
Testing. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
Much better.
All right, feeling important sitting here. All right. So basically it's 10% down for a minimum of 15 years with a 6% interest rate. And we would do like anybody else. They have to have a good credit score and things like that. It doesn't matter if it's a new business or if it's a business expanding or a business relocating, as long as it's a business bringing in revenue. That was approved only as a commercial real estate development over there, so nothing residential could ever go in. So it has to be a business that will be bringing in sales tax revenue, creating hopefully lots of jobs and putting those properties back on the property tax rolls. The reason why we decided to do this was to, basically it's an incentive to encourage those that possibly can't get a loan from a typical lender. Maybe their credit score is not quite high enough. But if you default on your loan, like you'll have a penalty if you're so many days late on your loan, like you would at any bank. But if you default on your loan, the building is ours. Basically, you spend money on improvements. And if you don't keep up your part of the deal, then you would be evicted and the building remains with the EDC.
Mayor Pro Tem, you have, you told me before the meeting you have a few comments or questions.
Yeah, I got a question. Are you guys going through a third party to underwrite all this, or is it going through?
Our attorney would do all the underwriting.
And whenever y'all decided on the terms and the rate, how did y'all decide that? How did that come up with the rate?
The board searched the rates and they said it'd be no less than anything that the banks were offering at that point in time.
You have anything else, Mayor Pro Tem? Okay. Councilmember Jones, you got anything? Councilmember Duplant, do you have anything on this?
No, I was at the EDC when we did it, so. Additional.
I do have an additional question for Mr. Queer.
Mhm.
Are there any restrictions on the sale of the off Boston properties?
Yes, they are. It's thank you. It's in a property owners association. So we already have we have a medical facility over there and a aesthetics facility over there. So there cannot be another one just like that. So you would have to bring a different business that's not competing into the community. And once it's 70% occupied, the NEDC pulls out of it. And then they will have their own president, vice president, secretary, treasurer that will take over overseeing everything that goes on out there. So, I mean, the colors of the buildings on the exterior and everything that can be done on those properties are listed in the Property Owners Association. There is no funding that they have to pay right now to belong, but once it's 75% complete, they will have to pay, just like you would in an HOA, a certain amount to upkeep the properties, the banners on the light poles and things like that.
Who created the Property Owners Association?
Our attorney and the board.
Is it mandatory for this thing to continue after the EDC gets out of this real estate management?
Yes, it will. For a restricted number of years, yes.
And you mentioned medical facilities. Well, medical is pretty broad. I could see family practice being
Right. There's a medical family practice, but you could come in and be like a dermatologist, an optometrist or something like that. A dentist, something
it
like
could be
that.
anything, just
It'd
not
be
the
same
family
exact medical.
practice.
Right. We just can't have two dentists over there.
Okay. When did the EDC create this off Boston project originally?
Oh my gosh, that was started years ago. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to say and have the wrong correct date.
Broke ground about 2 years ago, finished it,
Yeah.
24, 23, 24.
Yeah, I want to see something going in there to it, but I want to see something that's bringing tax revenue as well,
Right.
where a
Yes.
doctor's office or a dentist's office is not doing
This
that.
is
So, yeah.
just another way to
Yeah.
try and get some.
Yeah,
get
I mean,
get an
There had
incentive
been
to get-
movement. We need to do something to try to
Yeah.
make it grow.
We got to do something to.
Yeah.
the same
that
thing,
was-
not, you know, Same thing over and over again's not going to do it. We got to create something to help. it move.
I have a question. real
Yes,
quick.
go ahead.
I'm sorry.
And then you're next.
That's fine. Bruce, this might be for you. Did this need to come to council according to the local government code, or I'm not sure. I mean, it's a new program, I think.
What
so
what I read, and I'm not your attorney on it, but what I read is if the bylaws would be what dictate that. State law would say you could, if the bylaws say you will, and I haven't read the bylaws.
It didn't have to, but it's okay.
Councilmember Jones.
Yeah, that somewhat answer I was just gonna ask, I see discussion and possible action authorizing the NEDC to offer owner financing, but I've already seen it offered online. So I was curious why we're voting on something now when it's already been listed with an agent and it's being advertised. So.
And in my opinion, this should come before council. It is a new program. The information you sent us, Mr. Queer, earlier today, that a PowerPoint presentation, or at least I was sent it, says that the EDC has to approve any new programs. I would say getting into finance is a new program. That's why I believe it needs to come to this council for final approval.
Well, finance is a part of our bylaws.
And in my opinion, my opinion personally, my opinion as mayor, we don't need to be in the property development business any longer.
Okay. I'll add that to our agenda at our next meeting.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then if it is voted down, it'll be part of this council agenda.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got some citizen feedback on some of this too. Some of the citizens
Go ahead.
that reached out to me were not too excited about the prospect of the city / EDC, whatever have you, essentially becoming a bank. Because when you owner finance something, you do act as a de facto bank. Whether it's me selling something or you're now a bank. And that didn't sit well with some of the citizens. So I wanted to just voice that on behalf of all those citizens who have reached out to me through various means and methods, that's the consensus that I'm hearing from the public.
Okay. Well, before we can take any action, there has, oh, by the way, didn't mean to cut anybody off, council. Is there any further discussion? Okay, any member of the public have any comments here? This is your time to get through, you get your 3 minutes, and let me get the alarm clock back on. Name and address.
Jackie Toops. I live at 613 North 14th. On this, I have a very bad taste in my mouth about it, because I'll be honest, when the elections happened and people were voted into this board, that was one of the things that was discussed, was the EDC, their performances, and the fact of the city not getting into being landlords and banks. And it seems that we are getting more and more and more into it. And when this came up about this, my immediate thought was, how is this council going to vote on this? Because it's not going to sit well with a lot of people in this city. And I want everybody on the council to think about that, because there will be another election. And this will be a subject that is done, is what is made with this decision right now. Because just like she said, this will be something that they have so many years to be paying for. So there will be time on this for people to be viewing it and viewing whether they like it or not, and knowing exactly who voted for it and who didn't. So that's all I've got to say about it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other member of the public?
Don't run over each other now.
8765 Holmes Road. Jolie Shipley, 8765 Holmes Road. Is the mic working for the online people now? Okay. And I kind of want to reserve some of my time. I won't use all 3 minutes, and I'm really confused. I think what Mr. Queer said is it would be financed for a minimum of 15 years. So you can't finance it for less, but are we going to go 30, 50, 100?
It was 15.
Just 15 years.
15 max,
period.
yeah.
Yeah, 15 max is what it was.
Okay. I am also, as a concerned citizen, with what we're going to lose as taxpayers we're going to lose over $1 million with this venture. And I don't see that the tax dollars will ever generate $1 million out of the cottages. Maybe it looked good on paper, but it's not coming to fruition. We need to sell those or revamp them, but not owner finance them. That puts the burden on me and the rest of the citizens who would rather use our $1 million to put towards infrastructure and other things. So I'm opposed.
Thank you.
You used 1 minute, 11.85 seconds. Okay. Yeah.
And by the way, just
Go
before
ahead. Go
Mr.
ahead before
Before
Ms. Perkins.
Mr. Perkins' time starts, my understanding is when you, and I'm not an attorney or anything. Jeff, you might have some insight on this, excuse me, Councilmember Ortiz, you may have some insight on this. I don't believe you can prohibit the early payoff of a loan. If you finance it for 15 years and I want to pay it off in 5,
No,
There's no penalty.
that's the minimum for the term.
It's a maximum of 15
Max
years.
of
You could
15 years.
finance it for as little time as you wanted to.
Okay,
No
understood.
penalties. Yeah. no
Just
penalties.
wanted to make sure on that.
No implementation.
Todd Perkins, 146 Netherland Avenue. I think it's gonna be more over like $2 million when it's said and done, what we're gonna lose. I believe Ms. Dequare has overstepped her boundaries on her power over there and all their little bylaws on all this money. They got an open checkbook to do whether, they don't have to get bids on nothing. Just like we're paying $50,000 or $46,000 for windstorm. So basically, we're losing $10,000 a month, that all that stuff just sitting there. And we don't hear nothing about it. And why are we gonna try to owner finance it? Because they lost it's gonna be over $2 million. So somebody needs to figure something out, and we need to, I know if I lost $2 million, I'd probably be fired. So I think we need a clean house. Like the DOJ said, clean house. Like,
Any other member of the public have anything to discuss?
My 1 minute, 49 seconds.
48.15, but
There
that's.
you go. I did the math in my head. So I
Yeah.
thought it was pretty close.
So did I.
My little tricks for parties. I'm confused because I'm hearing some very specific terms, but I didn't see in the agenda where the specific terms were included in the council packet, which I find very helpful. I didn't see where those specific terms are. I know several people have asked for the bylaws. If that's in the bylaws, we haven't seen the bylaws. I don't understand where the rules are or how to find them or where those would be obtained for someone to see before you voted.
Would you suspend for a moment? The bylaws are at nededc.com. That's the EDC website.
Okay, so the bylaws do not include anything about financing things. That I've been able to
They
see.
say what they say.
Okay, so if they don't say it, then where are the rules? Because I understand Mr. Queer saying, oh no, there wouldn't be a penalty for a payoff early. Our attorney has reviewed this or we've drafted it. Why don't we have that? Why isn't there that transparency that we know what the financing looks like and what we're getting into or not getting into?
That I can answer if I'm allowed to talk.
Yes.
I'm still waiting for Jim Wimberly to give it to the board.
That, and so maybe the board should hold off on it. We shouldn't advertise it till we have it. This council's done a lot of that in the past where they approve things pending attorney approval or pending someone to look at it. Get them to look at it before you bring it to council and before council votes on it so that we've got clear information, not after the fact. So maybe it would be more appropriate for Mr. Wimberly to finish that, disseminate that, add it to the council packet. So you all know what you're voting on because you're kind of voting with your hands over your eyes.
But the EDC did not bring this to the council.
Correct.
No, but, and I think that's the dispute. Does the EDC have to bring it to the council to move forward with
No,
it?
I understand. It's been brought to the council, but the EDC didn't. So we provided exactly what we were asked for. So
Okay,
if you want
and
more, then we'll get more.
sure. And I think, and I appreciate that. And I think that as the public who can't make all the meetings, especially the ones earlier in the day, couldn't quite get here for 5:30 either. There's a sense of transparency needed by the leaders. I shouldn't have to necessarily tell the leaders, be transparent every day, but I'll be happy to text you all that if I need to. That just seems silly that we would have to say, hey, bring forth the real parameters. That's redundant. That should be obvious. If not, we'll request.
Any other citizen have anything to bring up, comment, questions about this agenda item?
So,
let her and
Yeah.
then go ahead, because she spoke just before you did.
You say this went before and I have not been coming to meeting, I'm sorry, and I have not been coming to the EDC meeting. But, and I'm Jackie Toops again, but, you say it went before y'all and y'all voted on it. Was it unanimous that y'all got this?
Yes, I voted yes to get it here. And I
To
put
get
it,
it
and I put it on this agenda
to
here,
get it here. So you're the
Yes.
one that put it on the agenda.
this agenda here.
The agenda finally for us to know what was going on there is because you being on the EDC, you voted yes in order to get it to come. here.
In my mind, that's why I was voting yes, and it's here.
I can
It
add
was
something to
in
that.
a Public meeting at the
Yeah.
EDC.
Hmm?
It's not private. It was in a public
I
meeting.
know it's a public meeting,
Okay, I'm
but
just trying to
more.
say that it was
do not
transparent.
come to the EDC meetings, but
I
they come to
agree
the
with
city council meeting.
I agree with you on that. Yes.
And because just like the EDC meeting that I went to, there was 3 people there counting me. They don't show up. And I'm telling y'all need to show up at the EDC meeting. You will learn a lot. All right, basically that's what I wanted to know is just exactly who voted on it and how it got here. Okay, thank you.
I guess I want some clarification also. So does this or does this not have to come to council for ratification? I mean,
In my reading of what Ms. DeQueer sent today, it was a PowerPoint presentation by a law firm in 2020 to the Texas City Attorneys Association. It said any new programs have to go to the council. In my mind, this is a new program. Yes,
Yeah, I want to follow up with.
and I'm not an attorney either, even though my
Let's
initials
follow
are
up with the
JD.
attorney. Let's get it cleared up through attorney. You know, let's
Wrong with
don't
that.
play like we're attorneys here in the council, okay?
Yeah, just to follow up, because she was asking Mr. Mayor about how this got here. When I saw it advertised, I had some questions regarding how do we get to this point? Can we just offer the seller finance without coming to the council? I ended up running into Mayor Pro Tem Ortiz, had a very brief conversation with him. We weren't 100% sure, but it's here now, so.
Okay. Now, if we want to take action on this tonight, there would need to be a motion and second and all that stuff. But if there's,
Mayor, I would make a motion to postpone this to the next meeting till we have the EDC.
oh, mine,
Oh,
I didn't
sorry.
see. I was looking down. That's okay. Well, you are, but
We don't call it short, we call it vertically challenged.
Thank you, thank you.
go ahead.
Lily Shibley, 8765 Holmes Road. I am a little bit concerned. Mr. Queer keeps referring to the bylaws. I'm on the bylaws page on the Nederland Economic Development Committee site. There's 4 bylaws. There's a purpose, the registered office and agent, and Article 3 is the board of directors and the management of the corporation and general powers. It doesn't specifically list anything. So where does one find the power to do this owner financing?
You have,
Not in the bylaws.
Just gotta get some more clarification from legal to find out if this is something that we need to approve or not.
Okay, and then my next thing is, what exactly did y'all vote on at the meeting? If Mr. Wimberly had not completed his portion of the documents?
okay, so they told Mr. Wimberly everything that they wanted and how they wanted it written. And that's what they voted on. And now we're waiting for him to just get it back to them to
Yeah,
review.
get the package together.
So,
Got it. Okay, and then we'll check on this bylaw stuff. I mean, is it supposed to explicitly say what you've got the power to do?
we have our values, our mission statements, all that, and then the bylaws, and you have your
Right.
corporate, it's all
But it doesn't list your specific,
specific by finance.
Right.
No.
it doesn't
it's-
allot that power.
It
to-
just says what type Bs and type As can do, and that is according to the state.
Okay, thank
And
you.
that
And
is-
it doesn't appear the bylaws give any specific enumerated powers to the EDC.
Right. Okay, thank you.
These will fall under the state law. Interpret that.
Awesome.
They fall under the state.
Yeah.
Mayor Pro Tem, did you have anything, or was it?
No,
Because
I'm-
someone came up,
we're good.
okay. Oh, that, we were in the midst of,
Yes.
what is your motion? Repeat your motion, council member.
To postpone to the next meeting, so we have legal representation from EDC to give the citizens a better idea of what this program's doing. I'm not voting against it or not voting for it tonight, but I think we owe everybody a better explanation.
A motion to postpone until January 26th.
That's correct.
Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second from Sonia, second by Duplant to postpone until January 26th. Council, is there any discussion on the motion? Hearing none. All in favor of postponing till January 26th, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed, no. The motion passes. It'll be discussed on January 26th, 2 weeks from tonight. All right, executive session. No public discussion on these items. City Council will announce that it'll go into executive session pursuant to Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code to discuss matters as specifically listed on the agenda or as authorized by law. Personnel matters pursuant to Section 551.074 of the Texas Government Code to deliberate the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, or dismissal of a public officer or employee regarding city attorney. We'll be back when we're back. Thank you. executive session. We're reconvening item 7 and discuss and take action, if any, on items discussed in executive session. Item 8, discussion and possible action arising out of executive session regarding the city attorney's performance. This is to publicly inform the citizens of Nederland that Chris Levens resigned as city attorney on Friday. He sent an email to the entire council. And he is also the city prosecutor. That was part of the resignation. He is city attorney apparently at 4 or 5 other cities. So there's that. We are beginning the search for a replacement. As with all of our appointments, the city council appoints the city attorney as well as 4 or 5 other officials in the city. So it's not something the city manager has to do or hire, I should say. The city manager does not hire that. So we are looking for a city attorney, and we hope to have one by the next meeting. That would be my hope. Does any other member of council want to say anything on that? Okay.
Nope.
Okay, I understand. Did someone from the audience say something? I'm sorry.
No.
Okay, my bad. Must be hearing things. Council member Duplan, I understand you have a
Yes.
motion for us.
Yeah, I need to make a motion to
Reconsider.
reconsider the date for the next discussion with legal and so forth on the EDC discussion.
Okay.
I'm going to be out of town on the 26th, so I'd like to move it to the next meeting so I can be here.
That would be February 9th then.
Yes.
I'll second that.
So your motion to reconsider is that we will now vote revote on 5C for the purpose of changing the date to
Right.
have it back on the agenda. This is only on the motion to reconsider here, so we have to get it on the before us again. So this is not on the matter itself. This is merely to get it back on the agenda. Motion to reconsider, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. 5C is back on the agenda. Councilmember Duplant, your motion is to
Move the discussion on the EDC financing until the February 9th meeting.
I'll second that.
we have a motion by Duplant, second by Sonier to everything we had said earlier on 5C, except it's going to come back on February 9th because Councilmember Duplant will be unavailable at this meeting on the 26th. Any discussion, council?
We're gonna need to have a city attorney anyway if we're gonna
Yeah.
get some legal advice.
Yeah, we gotta have
on this.
that
We
straight.
wouldn't been able to do it at the
We
next
wouldn't
meeting
do it
regardless.
anyway at the next.
So-
meeting.
Right, okay. So, all right, on the motion as amended, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Ayes have it. Okay, so we fixed 5C then. Going back now to item number 9, city manager comments.
I don't really think I have anything to add on this meeting.
Okay, let me bring the citizens up to speed on a couple, one more thing. The post office. I started getting hit on Wednesday when it hit the media. And one thing I don't like is to have, it seems like ambush by press release. I contacted on Friday, Congressman Weber's office, spoke to Blake Hopper here in Beaumont, his deputy district director in Beaumont. Blake is trying to get a meeting together between the city, between Congressman Weber's office and a decision maker at the Postal Service. We're not talking about the postmaster. We don't have anything against the postmaster here in Nederland. He is not the decision maker here. Whether they move or not is not anyone in Nederland or Jefferson or Orange County's decision. That's a Houston or higher decision. This afternoon, I got, because Congressman Weber's office said, the Postal Service claims they sent you a certified letter on Monday of the 5th of Monday of last week, the 5th. Today it arrived. I will read it to you. It's only a page and then some, and I read pretty fast. January 5th, regarding Nederland, Texas Post Office. Okay. Dear Mayor Darby, the United States Postal Service is considering relocating the retail services currently provided at the above referenced post office to a new location within 2-mile radius from the current location. When you when you hear the person's name who wrote it, you'll understand English is not her first language. The Postal Service is considering relocation because of space deficiency at the current location. Now, if you watch the news, it was said because there's too much space at the current location. So it's either too much or too little. Oh, and I did not realize until last Wednesday that the building is privately owned by a guy named Robert Maslow out of Los Angeles.
And he also drove the rates that they were paying up.
Right.
Tremendously. when
I've
he
heard they
bought.
Okay.
rent that for 10,000 a month is what I heard.
10,000 a month. Okay. The relocation project will consist of procuring a suitable substitute location. Hey, excuse me, please. Please. I'm getting through this. If every time I have to stop, it makes the council meeting go longer. The relocation project will consist of procuring a suitable substitute location, preparing the new location for use as a post office, and then transitioning the retail services to the new location. The Postal Service will continue retail services in the current post office until the new post office is up and running. The Postal Service has identified the area within 2-mile radius from the current location for the search area. And if you draw a 2-mile radius around 223 14th Street, it covers 99% of the geographic area of Nederland, and it covers a good chunk of Port Neches and Port Arthur and the unincorporated area north of town. So 2-mile radius doesn't really narrow it down much at all. In undertaking this project, the Postal Service will complete a process set out in Title 39 of the Code of Federal Regulations, Chapter or Section 241.4 for soliciting and considering input from the community and local officials. Gee, you give it to me a week later. And the Postal Service will not email something followed up by a certified letter. They won't email. We're the Postal Service, we deliver mail. Yeah, but it took a week for your certified letter to get here from North Carolina. In our discussion, I would address the specific need the Postal Service faces, outline the proposal that is under consideration, explain our process for soliciting and considering input from the affected community, and ask for input from you and other local officials regarding the proposal. If you would like to discuss the project, please contact me by January 22nd. Well, Congressman Weber has kind of changed that. We're going to get it done sooner. I can be reached at phone number or email. We will send an initial news release outlining the proposal to one or more news media serving the community and post a copy of the information in the public lobby of the post office. We know you sent it because the whole council probably got phone calls about it. The Postal Service will also post information related to the relocation in the lobby and mail a copy to all members of the community. A copy of the posting is attached. Now, you may have gotten something at your house from the Postal Service and it says, please, by February 20th, but my understanding is there's no way for them to collate and track what the responses are. You'll reply and maybe not, they maybe just go, we didn't hear from anybody. There's no way to track it, but they're going to hear from elected officials. And however many of you guys want to be at that meeting, certainly. If we have to, because of the quorum, have to do open meetings, well, so be it. Specifically, we'll explain the reasons for relocating, identify the site or area or both to which the Postal Service anticipates relocating, and describe the anticipated size of the retail service facility for the relocated. And I'm going to go through some of this. They may identify more than one potential relocation site or area. We will solicit written input on the proposal and provide an address to which the community and local officials may send written comments. They'll be accepted for 45 days following the posting. After the 45-day comment period, the Postal Service will consider the comments received, identify why the Postal Service's tentative decision or proposal is or is not the optimal solution for the identified need. Well, I hope you give us an answer for whether it is or is not. I don't think there's any other. Following that consideration, I'm retired 33 years federal government. I get very cynical about how the federal government works. The Postal Service will make a final decision to proceed with, modify, or cancel the proposal. They will then inform you in writing of its final decision, send a news release announcing the final decision to local news media, and then probably send it certified mail to the publicly elected officials 2 weeks later. And again, cynicism speaks. Blah, blah, blah. We look forward to working with you and your staff as this project develops. Okay, sincerely, Gana Haidurova, real estate specialist, acquisition, Greensboro, North Carolina. Ladies and gentlemen, you now know exactly as much as every elected official in Nederland knows about it. So please don't stop me out here and say, what else do you know? Because that's it. Elected council, any comments, any?
Yeah, I actually spoke to the post office, I had to go mail some certified letters, last week.
Okay.
And I didn't have the information from before that they said that it was not enough room, but the people in there were saying that they were having to actually sort mail outside on the back porch. So they were saying it was too small.
Okay.
So it may be two different people saying two different things, but I did hear that. And I know that whenever they first, when that building was sold, that the rent got jacked up big time because we were trying to help them find another location within Nederland to move to. The EDC was trying to help out just because they had brought that information to us.
Okay. Helpful input. Thank you. Information. Thank you. Any other council member? Okay, that's it, what we know. By the way, tomorrow I am having lunch with one of the union president for the workers he represents everybody in the area. He works at another post office here in Mid-County. He and I are going to have lunch. He's going to give me any other inside information he has. They were not told anything either. And as a former union president, to be blindsided by a press release when management hadn't given their due diligence of notifying you of a change in working conditions and moving of an office is a change of working conditions. Yeah, he's pretty pissed off. Yeah, I mean, ticked off too. Yes. Yeah.
So they could technically build it out here on 69 and it'd be Port Office deal and it'd be our post office for us.
That's one of the things I'm sure any elected official in Nederland will say. Do not put the Nederland post office in Port Arthur or Port Neches. That city, yeah, yeah, exactly. But it's the federal government. I'm. You know, one of the biggest lies in the world is, I'm from the government and I'm here to help you. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions from the audience? Hearing none. 7:03. We are adjourned. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.